Fuck you guys. You getting there? Fuck the documentary. Woo!
Yes! Monday's a working day! Monday's a working day! Tuesday's a drinking day! Tuesday's a drinking day! Wednesday's a puking day! Wednesday's a puking day! Thursday's a Friday's a fucking day! Friday's a fucking day! Saturday's a rugby 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 day! Is everybody happy? That's your ass for happy!
Boom, 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 everything happening, and that's sort of just like that. It's almost like a war zone. Like there's no stop to it, and you just keep fighting and fighting and battling on.
Perfect. It's everything that I want. You know, there's hitting, there's running. You know, the game doesn't stop. You know, it's continuous. Well, it's a great team sport, and it promotes some good team bonding, and everyone likes hitting people.
You can't have any fear, really. I mean, if you're out there, you know you're going to get hit. You know you're going to have to hit someone else, and that's the bare bones of it.
There's just something about it that gives you a satisfaction. It's a perfect tackle. You grab their legs, you grab their ass, and you lift them and you put them down hard. You hear that breath of air come out of their lungs because you hit them so hard. There's just something about it. It's just satisfying on kind of a primal level.
So it's almost intensity, like you have to be there or you're gonna get hurt.
But I kind of enjoy like doing the moves and setting other guys up and, you know, beating people rather than necessarily like bowling them over or, you know. Although a good tackle is feels pretty good when you know you got someone.
I think giving a hit is really a great feeling, actually. Like that feeling when you really get a solid hit on someone, just drive them into the ground, really just bury them. Nice, clean, just like straight on blast. Just really a great feeling. It's just like, if you can do that, then the game is worth playing to some extent, you know?
So to a normal person, a person without that level of insanity, rugby just doesn't make sense. And if you can be that crazy, if that can just come naturally to you, then, I mean, it's just the most fun game in the world.
For a truly effective scrum, one that's going to win, the front row, which I'm part of, it's the two props and the hooker, they have to have kind of a vicious mindset. If they're a real good front row, they're going to hop when that ref says engage. They're going to do their best to slam against that opposing front row
coming in at each other again and again and again and again. It's just relentless.
For the really good scrums, you get kind of angry at the other team. You look at your opponent, you start to think of them as like that son of a bitch, that bastard. So when you're on the field, you want to slam into them. And if you get that good pop, they aren't going to want to scrum against you anymore.
I just love that feeling of, lining up, the scrum half gets the ball, you crouch over, you touch the opposite number, and they put in the ball and you're just pushing to win right there. Right then and there is rugby to me. So, yeah.
Honestly, there's this feeling like when you hit somebody, like there's a shockwave that goes through your body. And it makes you feel alive, but also when you hit somebody and you wrap them up and you have them in your arms and you can just feel them squirming, and you just feel like this great power that you have, because you have this person and they're just like right next to you and you can feel them. And it's just a living person.
I think I haven't had a concussion in a while. 6 or 7.
My freshman year, we're playing against Ohio Wesleyan, and they had this monster of a guy named Dan who played on the Ohio Select side, and was just a monster, and came and hit me, and my cleat stuck in the ground, and I landed funny, and I broke my leg. And that was one of the most painful experiences of my life, just lying on the ground there, just screaming.
You have no regard for yourself. It's completely selfless action. So when I'm playing and I get hit, or someone steps on my hand or something like that, I don't feel it right away. Like the initial pain is there, but then it just goes to numbness. And there's this complete numbness about the entire thing. And then obviously I don't feel it until the next day. I'm like, holy shit, like my hand is killing me.
I got a spike through the hand. I dislocated my jaw last year, popped that back in. I think I got 2 concussions last year. I got some pretty bad bruises on my arm right now.
But it's something you just have to bounce back from. And basically, most of the people that I know who've played rugby and gotten hurt have, they've bounced back. They love it so much that they come right back, and as soon as they're healed up, they're ready to go again. I think that once people understand the social aspect is really building more, like building bonds and friendships. Like there are teams where I just can't wait to see him again, can't wait to play him. Not only because I know there'll be a great game on the field, but just there'll be a great time afterwards. Just laughing and chatting. When the weather's warm, we'll have some hot dogs, hamburgers, sing some songs. I think it's something that you can't always understand unless you've been part of it.
Mayonnaise. Ketchup on a hot dog is almost sacrilegious. Yeah. Tomato. My family's from Brooklyn.
After the first rugby function I went to, I felt included. There's a great sense of community there, and it's interesting because there's such a diverse and kind of quirky group of people, all kind of there together. But but everyone gets along and everyone is united through this common goal and this common cause, which is rugby.
And it's not that like we're all alcoholics. I think we're just all like having a good time, and you know, being crazy, being barbarians. I think we really dig that sort of you know, lifestyle, I suppose.
I try and watch out for the guys off the field if we're out drinking or something. I know I haven't made mistakes. I don't want these guys to make the same mistakes I have. They're kind of like my brothers.
Shooting the boot, basically you take like a really sweaty, smelly rugby cleat and you fill it with beer, all kinds of beer. And then you know, maybe throw a little grass in it. And then you have to drink out of it. So it's not the most pleasurable thing, but I mean it's not that bad.
Don't waste the beer! Don't waste the beer! Don't waste the beer! Bring it for all the runners! Bring it for all the runners! Jesus saves, Jesus saves, Jesus saves! Jesus can't play rugby because we get drunk off his blood. Rock, rock to the beat. Give me my rhythm, let me jump on my feet. My beat is strong, you make it for me. Jack, rock, rock it for me. Rock, rock to the beat. Give me my bassline, let me jump on my feet. My bass is strong, you make it for me. Jesus saves. Jesus can't play rugby because he's got holes in his hands. Jesus can't play rugby because he's got holes in his hands. Jesus can't play rugby because he's got holes in his hands. Jesus saves, Jesus saves, Jesus saves.
When I get onto, you know, in certain parts of practice, and once we get on the pitch, it's all, you know, everything's serious. It's all business. You know, I'm here to get in and out, do the job.
I never actually saw any physical penetration ever. I just don't.
If you train people up and that you get them in practice so that it all makes sense, then they don't have to be thinking the whole time because some of it will come second nature. And I guess that's one of the good things about playing the game for so long is that like some of this stuff I just don't even think about it anymore. Like it's just there.
You have to teach all these guys who've never had experience with it before how to get the proper bend in the knees, the bend in the back, how they should drive, when they should drive.
You know the drill, you hit it, you drive it. Well, it's a good form. Ass and back, level as possible, good driving stance.
Like I'm thinking about when I go into a ruck, I'm gonna hit the guy in front of me as hard as I can. Whenever I get the ball, I'm going to run low, put my shoulder into it, and just run as hard as I can. So I think about all these different possibilities, and all I'm thinking is rugby, rugby, rugby.
All right.
All right, lucky, lucky.